So I am wondering, I see a couple of folks here from Masterful Living, and I am just wondering, could I ask Sarah to pray? Sarah, would you pray us in? That would be great. So we need to unmute her, and let's see, can you unmute yourself now? There you go. So Sarah's coming to us from Germany. So glad you're here, Sarah.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. And I'm really grateful to be here with you all today to pray with you and to help us all with our prayer to come back to truth and to love. So I invite you to place your hand on your heart and gently close your eyes. And take with me this deep breath of love and gratitude, which helps us coming back in our loving hearts, which helps us to feel this light living inside of us, radiating from us and shining everywhere around us. With this calming breath, we're settling in, and we are grateful to partner up consciously with our higher self. We are grateful to drop all thoughts that were occupying our mind till now, to let them go. And we are grateful to open up to Spirit's wisdom, to clarity. We are putting on the altar all thoughts of worry and doubt, all things in the world we were upset about, all thoughts of fear and worry and uncertainty. And maybe we were blaming or shaming ourselves or others. We're putting this on the altar too. And we know and trust that Spirit is taking care of this right here and right now. We're dedicating this time to our healing. We are open and receptive to our healing. We are willing and we declare that we let Spirit guide us and heal us. And we are so grateful, so thankful to share this healing and clarity and joy living inside of us with everyone. We are willing to be the light. We know we are the light. We came here to shine and to share the love. And we are willing to do so. And we trust that Spirit leads us in this coming time. And so it is. Amen.
Amen, amen, amen. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much. Beautiful.
Thank you.
So now it's my pleasure to introduce John. And he was our musical guest back in June. He wowed us, and I'm so glad he was able to come back. And John is an award-winning singer-songwriter. He's also an actor and a social activist who's been writing music and performing for over 40 years. I know him from the Agape community back in the day when I was a participant there. And John's parents were leaders in the civil rights movement of 1960s, as were my parents, so we have that in common. And John's father, Arthur Silvers, worked directly with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And true to John's music roots, his songs reflect the spiritual and social consciousness of his upbringing. And he's grateful for the opportunity to share his music and be a beneficial presence on the planet here with us today. So glad you're here, John. We really can use every bit of love that you have to pour over us.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate the opportunity to share and to be with all of you folks. And thank you, Sarah, for that beautiful prayer. Your voice was very calming and I really helped me a lot. So I appreciate that. And can you hear me okay? That's the first thing. Okay, good. Well, I'm going to play you folks a song. I'm not even going to introduce it. I'm just going to play it. Here we go. I said, oh, oh, Rasta G.I. Joe. Why must we fight for the right to freedom? I don't know. Look all over the place. You find people of the human race. All kinds of colors of skin. We all lose if somebody wins. We're sisters and brothers at heart. So tell me, why must the fighting start? People just want to have fun. Get on the dance floor, everyone, and say, oh, oh, Rasta G.I. Joe. Why must we fight for the right to freedom? I don't know. We all come into the world, innocent little boys and girls. But somehow we learn how to hate. Remember love now, 'cause it's not too late. There's nothing stronger than love. It comes from a place up above. So climb a ladder up into the sky and wake the world with your freedom cry. And say, oh, 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 Rasta G.I. Joe. Oh, oh, why must we fight for your right to freedom? Someone tell me, I wanna know. I said, oh, 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 Rasta G.I. Joe. Why must we fight for the right to freedom? Someone tell me, I wanna know. Why must we fight, fight, fight? Fight for the right, don't want to fight, fight, fight. Fight for the right, don't wanna fight, fight, fight. No, don't wanna fight, 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 fight. There's nothing stronger than love. It comes from a place up above. So climb a ladder up into the sky and wake the world with your freedom cry. Say, oh, 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 Rasta G.I. Joe. Why must we fight for the right to freedom? Someone tell me, I wanna know. Why must we fight for a right to live on the earth? Fight for a right they was given at birth. Fight for a right to live on the earth. Fight for a right they was given at birth. I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know, wanna know, wanna know, wanna know, wanna know. Yeah, I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know, wanna know, wanna know, wanna know, wanna know. I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know, wanna know, wanna know, no, 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 no. I said Rasta G.I. G.I. Rasta G.I. Joe. Why must we fight for the right to freedom? Someone tell me, I wanna know. I wanna know, no, 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 no. Thank you.
Yay! Thank you, John. Well, that livened things up. We're off to a great start here. So grateful for this spiritual family, this spiritual connection that we have with each other. So grateful to come together and have this healing opportunity, this healing time. And thank you for that, John. So appreciate your energy, your love, your light. And I also would like to say thank you to Christine Shaw, who is here, and she is a powerful prayer person in our prayer ministry. And today she is at the helm here, guiding us so that we can have this service. It takes a whole group of people to put on this service, and Christine has been a big help to us in so many ways. So thank you for being here, Christine. And it's my pleasure to introduce Kieran J. Gardner, who is here from the UK. And we're so happy to have her as a speaker today. We're going to turn off the chat during Kieran J's talk so that we can totally focus in here. And some of you are familiar with her work. And if you've been listening to my podcast, we did a couple of really powerful episodes with her. And I'm so just taken with her loving heart, her lightness of being. And Kieran J is a Course in Miracles teacher. She's based in the UK. She has a passion for an experiential approach to Course in Miracles, and she loves to support students to deepen their connection with Spirit. She's taught a few classes at the Power of Love Ministry, and people have just been loving her classes. I'm sure we'll have more. I know we're going to have more. That's why I said I'm sure we're going to have more. And she and I met when we were both speakers at the 2019 UK conference, Course in Miracles conference there, spring of last year. And so that's how we came to know her. And she is also done classes with Corinne Zupko and Nook Sanchez. She does one-on-one counseling, and she continues to do all kinds of things. You can reach out to her on Facebook and connect with her there. And thank you for being here today, Kieran J.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. It's a great pleasure to be here. I'm here most Sundays and really love the services. I think they're beautiful. And Sarah and John, yes, continuing with the beauty. Very, very lovely. So I'm delighted to be the speaker today. And I'm not going to give a talk. I'm going to warmly invite us all into an experience of taking our minds from human thinking in the direction of holy thinking. Spirit does not think in words. God does not think in words. There are no concepts in heaven. Our true mind, our true self, does not think in words. So this experience that I'm inviting us into, I hope will demonstrate that we can practice this. We can practice taking our minds beyond human thinking, preparing for them to return to truth. I hope you'll find it fun, interesting, and just maybe you will find an experience in a whole new dimension. And that would be fabulous. So I invite you to be curious, be an explorer, have a little willingness to go beyond what human thinking has shown us. You may have some thoughts along the lines of, just what are we doing here? What's this all about? And I so encourage you to let the curiosity lead you. Keep going, keep opening. Because in here is an invitation to open to peace and expansion, where all such questions fall away. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for agreeing for the chat to go off, which I hope it now has done. Whoever's in charge of that, thank you. This is so that we can be fully present with this experience. And then afterwards, I would love to see what you've thought of it in the chat. But for now, please be present. It would also be very lovely to have as many cameras on as possible. It's not essential for them all to be on, but part of this process will involve looking at each other. So if you can feel at all comfortable with putting your camera on, please do. That would be wonderful. If it's not comfortable, no problem. No problem at all. I think we're set. Holy Spirit, be you in charge. Let's take our attention to the physical rooms that we are sitting in. So taking your eyes away from the screen and looking around the room that you are in. Looking at the furniture, the objects, the walls, ceiling, floor, windows. Looking and looking around the room that you're sitting in. Everything we can see is subject to time, deterioration, and decay. Things can break. Things can stop working. Things get dirty. Things go out of fashion. How is your room looking? Are some things faded, worn, in need of replacement? What might be here in 2 years' time? In 10 years' time? In 20 years' time? What state might things be in then? Looking round our room, aware of the march of time in everything we see. And let's close our eyes, and notice how we're feeling. And let's open our eyes again. Going back to looking at our room and switching attention to the space within the room. So furniture, objects, walls, ceilings, floors, windows, all in the background. And in the foreground of your attention, there is space. What qualities does this space have? You might notice stillness, silence, peace. Is the space subject to deterioration or decay? Will it ever need renovation or a new colour scheme? If you come to this room tomorrow, will the space have changed? What about next week? Or next year? Our true minds, our true self, is like space. Still, silent, peaceful, unchanging. Let's close our eyes and notice how we're feeling. And let's open our eyes again. Taking our attention now to the screen in front of us. Might be a computer screen or a phone screen. Whatever device you've got, take your attention to the screen. If you have the ability to switch to gallery view, I invite you to do that. If that's not possible, we go with the technology that we have. And look at the others that are with us. in this gathering. Everyone is surrounded by space. We all have different rooms, but we're sitting in identical space. We are all surrounded by stillness, silence, peace. We are joined together in the same stillness, silence, peace. Let's close our eyes and notice how we're feeling. And let's open our eyes again. Last time. Taking our attention to our rooms again, our physical rooms, and the space within our physical rooms. And let's imagine that this space is filled with divine presence. Imagine that we are filling with this divine presence. Let's look back at our screens again, looking round at each other. We are all surrounded by the same divine presence. Different rooms, different faces, the same divine presence. Would you like to think of someone in your life that you find challenging, where the relationship is difficult in some way? Probably the first person that pops in your mind is the one to go with. And imagine this person joining us here in our gathering. See them with your mind in a little screen, somewhere here on your computer screen or your phone screen. You might see them at the top or the bottom. or the side. Maybe you'd like to squeeze them in next to Jennifer. They'd be very welcome squeezed in next to me. So as you look at your screens now, visualize this other, this challenging other, sitting here with us. They are also surrounded by space in the room that you have put them in. They are surrounded by stillness, silence, and peace. This person is surrounded by divine presence. You might notice them begin to smile, become more peaceful, still, silent. You might notice them absorbing the beauty of our connection. Notice how you feel as this is happening. There are now twice as many people here as there were at the beginning of this experience, because we have each invited somebody in. This represents the healing extending. The healing of our minds extending. So let's take this further. Imagine the divine presence that we're sharing, extending and extending to all beings, to every brother, without exception, without reserve. Including everyone in our gathering and our holy purpose. Very gently bring your attention back to normal attention. And I'm going to say a few words to close this experience. I hope you will watch the recording. I hope you will experience this again. You may well find it goes deeper the second time or even the third time. I hope you might practice maybe a simplified version of this. Because taking our minds to space is a mighty, mighty healing for them. Space is a subtle concept. It's a bridge between human thinking and holy thinking, which is totally abstract, and our natural way, our mind's natural way. So you can be in any room of your house, your home, at any time, and you can simply choose to switch your attention to space, to silence, to stillness, to peace, to divine presence. Walking down the street, it doesn't matter how noisy the street is. It doesn't matter how busy the street is. You have all power to switch your attention to the space in the street. You will still be able to perfectly navigate, but your mind is coming away from ego thinking, human thinking, and turning in the direction of holy thinking, its natural state. This practice supports every other spiritual practice that you might have. It will help everything. Your forgiveness work. See the person surrounded by space, whether you're with them physically or not. It will help you do the mundane tasks, going shopping, doing the dishes. You can take your mind to space and still do the shopping and the dishes. And at that time, you are declaring, Spirit, I choose to be in connection with you. And when we use our minds like this, Spirit can then pour flowings of knowing into our mind, way beyond words. And then we'll all the better know what to do, what to say in our busy doings. It's the most practical thing we could do. It supports everything. So I wish you very, very well with playing with this. I'd love to see some chat when the chat goes back on again. And I hope you might share in the breakout rooms about this experience, learn from each other, support each other. It's been truly wonderful to share this with you. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for this opportunity. And back to you.
Thank you so much, Kieran J. Thank you so much. I think we're all in this place. As you said, we're flowing in the knowing. And I'm so grateful. Yeah, so grateful. Well, and let's stay in this space a bit here. And what I'm feeling guided to invite folks to place their attention on is in this field of infinite knowing that we're all a part of, in this one mind that we share, revelations are always happening, and we can tune into them or not. We can allow them to percolate and become clear to us, or we can push them away. We can turn away from them. And one of the things that I learned over the years is that there's another name for spirit that we're all familiar with, but we don't always think of it as a name for God. And it's the word something. Something made me want to talk to that person. Something told me I should go over there. Something happened that I just knew. Something, something, something. And so, even if we don't feel so connected to spirit that we recognize spirit's voice, because that's one of the biggest questions I find that many spiritual seekers and students have is how do I tell the difference between spirit and ego? And that something impetus isn't ego, it's spirit. And so I'm going to invite you to turn within again and see if you can identify what something has been seeking to emerge into your awareness. What something has been calling you. What something has been tapping on your awareness, seeking to get your attention. What is the thought? What is the call? What is the impetus? What is the direction or guidance that has been making itself known? And maybe you've been pushing it away. Maybe you haven't quite recognized it. Sometimes that still small voice is being drowned out by other things that are going on, other concerns and worries and things that are happening in the world or not happening in the world that have us completely captured in our attention. What is the something that is the still small voice that is quietly directing, leading, guiding you? What is it? Let's give it our full attention in this moment. Let's let that guidance of the something, voice, feeling, sense, could be images, let it fill the space. And let's put our attention on it. Just see what is that. Really allow ourselves to be with it for just a moment. And even though it might worry or concern us, it might startle us or confront us, let's just move into gratitude for it. I find that that helps me to open myself to any idea, any inspiration that comes that I might not feel fully equipped for, if I can just be grateful for it. Ah, I'm so grateful. Spirit is giving me these messages, these directions, this guidance. because whatever guidance or inspiration we are getting that might seem daunting in some way, shape, or form, what I've absolutely learned beyond a shadow of a doubt that is that if I say yes, Spirit will provide everything that's necessary to fulfill it. If I'm willing to say yes, all right, I will follow that direction. I will receive that guidance. I will hold it and I will watch for the signs that are guiding me to its fulfillment. We can step back. We do not have to figure out how. Our job is to allow. So, what is that guidance that we're getting? And do we have the courage to allow it now? Because now, at this time in humanity's development, we are being called to answer the call. And we are being called to step up in a myriad of different ways, all in different ways, but we are all being called and we can all say yes, even if we don't know how to answer the call. We can say yes, and we can let that yes fill the space. We can be in the flowings of the knowings and allow ourselves to be informed, inspired, lifted, and guided. We each have our own call that we're answering. And so, looking at our willingness, is there anything in our mind that stands in the way of our answering the call and being truly willing? Can we lay that on the altar? Can we give that to the higher Holy Spirit self for healing and just rest in the yes? Can we rest in the yes? So while we're exploring this, allowing it to percolate, to simmer, and to rest in the yes, I'm going to invite John, if you would, to give us another song.
Thank you. Yes, I'd be happy to. I did have one question. There seems to be someone who's unmuted, and was hoping maybe the host had the ability to mute that person so that it's not overlapping the song. Is that possible?
It was actually in Jennifer's background, just
Oh,
FYI.
I apologize. I thought maybe because I saw one participant that looked like maybe.
Yeah,
Right.
that's okay. So she's muted.
Thank you. Okay. So thank you, Kieran J, and thank you for your beautiful leading us through that beautiful exercise. It's appropriate for the song that I'd like to sing. I just want to mention that the first song I sang is an original song, and all the songs I'm singing for you today are original songs. And this song I've been wanting to play. Nobody's ever heard it before. I wrote it about 3 weeks ago. And the thing about it is that I wrote it because at 2:00 in the morning, I was sitting in front of my window right by my front porch. I was inside the house in my living room, and I saw the light come on. It's one of those motion sensor lights, and it comes on quite often because it's pretty sensitive. But then I heard some footsteps right outside my window. It's 2:00 in the morning, and I was a little bit shocked, to say the least. And I peered out through the blinds, and I saw a foot, a tattered tennis shoe. And I looked a little more, and I saw a man sitting in a folding chair on my porch. And I kind of freaked out a little bit, and I said, "Hey, what are you doing? Get out, get out of there," or whatever. And I saw this man. He was about 60 or so, a black man. He looked tattered, and he got up and he left, And I was like, "Oh my God, this man doesn't have a home." He was looking for a place to sit down. So I thought, well, but do I call the police because he's wandering around? I thought, no, they'll probably do something to him maybe. So I thought, do I run out and give him some food or some money? But it's 2:00 in the morning. So I said, no, I don't want to do that either. So the next day I wrote this song. It's called "What If This Man Was Me." I've never played it for anyone before, so here we go. There was a man sitting outside my window because he had no place else to go. He was weary more than I have ever known, from being pushed around whichever way the wind blows. And I wondered if he had a family, and if he did they know where he was? And I pondered what I would do if it were me. Could I keep on going just because? He did not plan to be living out on the streets. Does he have food to eat? What if this man was me? What if his life was mine? Wouldn't I hope to find that people were not blind, and they could see my humanity? What if this man was me? What if this man was me? There was a man sitting outside my window because he had to find some place to go. He was weary more than I have ever known, from being pushed around whichever way the wind blows. And I wondered if anybody knew his name, or if anybody really cared who he was. And I pondered what I would do if it were me. How he kept on going just because. He did not plan to be living out on the streets. Does he have food to eat? What if this man was me? What if his life was mine? Wouldn't I hope to find that people were not blind, and they could see my humanity? What if this man was me? 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 There was a man sitting outside my window. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Thank you. What a beautiful, beautiful expression of love. Ah, boy, we are steeping ourselves in it today. Aren't we blessed? Thank you to everyone for being here today so we could join together. It's healing, it's nourishing, and I am grateful. So now we're going to do that thing that we do every Sunday that's unique to our service here, which is we're going to do breakout. And so we go into small groups for a short period. So you can share what came through to you in the meditation. What is something that's calling you that you can feel, and how willing are you? Are you willing to be more willing? Are you willing to let spirit figure out how, and just give it your 100% yes or 90% yes? How big is your yes? How much is your yes? You can also talk about in the breakout the experience from what Karen J led us through, so you can choose. And at each person in the breakout group, if you can organize yourselves to take a couple of minutes each and go around your small circle in the breakout group. And if you don't feel like sharing, you do not have to share. You can just say, I'm here to listen with compassion and develop my listening skills. I'm so happy to do that. So you can share or not share as you feel comfortable. And the listening really is so vital, but it's wonderful to be able to make declarations of any realizations that you've had today. So that's the opportunity that Spirit's giving us. So we're going to go into that breakout. Christine is organizing it for us. You'll see the button there on the screen. So you can click that button. If you don't see a button, you might look on the bottom bar and see under breakout room. You can find your breakout there. If you're on a phone, I believe if you just tap the phone, you'll see the bar there, and you can find your way to your breakout room. So either way, you can discover your breakout room. Either tap the button on your screen or look on the taskbar under breakout room. Where's your breakout room? If you need help, you can go into the chat. And also, if you can't find anything, it doesn't make any sense to you. You might, sometimes that happens and you can just leave and come back. Just leave and come back. I find that that fixes a world of things on Zoom. So just going to give you another moment to figure that out. And all right. So there are a few of us here that are going to have a conversation. And if you're not part of the conversation, if you just turn your camera off, that would be great. And so I'm going to start by asking Rosalind, anything you'd like to share? You always have a lot to share. Oh, let's get her unmuted. Let's see. I've got it. Okay.
Thank you, Jennifer, and thank you, everybody. Yes, thank you, Sarah, for starting us off in this really intimate way. Your voice, your prayer dropped us all into the moment. And then Karen J, it was such a beautiful experience. The moment you said Holy Spirit, I dropped into gratitude when you went to the space, because in the last year or so, space has become very important to me. I come back home into the space. I find God in the space. I find myself in the space, as you called it, the true self. I join with others in the space. The space has become a kind of home. And I felt so excited that 90 more people who might not have felt the same way about space, or at least a certain number, would join me in this place of home. And then I flashed back to a time in my life when I was a psychotherapist actively, and I was on a National Eating Disorders Committee. And so they provided the slogan, especially directed toward people who are severely anorexic. And their slogan was, "It's what's inside that counts." Now, if you are filled with spirit and you are relieved of personality, that's a fine saying. But if you're anorexic, I said, that is not good news. People who have anorexia do not feel they have worth inside. And not one person on this professional eating disorder committee could understand what I was saying. So the slogan went out. But I thought, if this were happening today, and both Jennifer's calling of something, they need not have, if you're anorexic, there's a good chance at that moment you're spiritually bankrupt as well, because they don't go together. So if something was calling you, that would be a hook, that would be an entrance, the something. And then you could have the space of Kieran J's invitation to come out of this inside. And there are many people here who've been where I've been, where it didn't feel good what was inside, but the space is peaceful, the space is unchanging. And so I'm so grateful for all the ways we can pass this down and around and in and out to all and all the people we invited to share in this peace that's available to all of us. And the something could be the space. So thank you. And oh my gosh, John, you dropped us even deeper into our hearts. What if that was me? This person didn't ask for that. They are us. And thank you for the reminder to bring greater kindness to every moment, because we have it in us. And if it's not in us, it'll be in the stillness and it'll be given from the something. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosalind. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Very inspiring to think about. How about you, John? Anything you'd like to share?
Yes, sure. Thank you for Rosalind for that acknowledgement. Can you folks hear me okay? All right. Okay. So let me turn off my amp here for a second. So I just am grateful to have an opportunity to share and to be in this community of folks with beautiful hearts that are here. And I just think about how just grateful I am for life and grateful I am with everything going on right now to the Kieran J's message of recognizing that the space is always unchanging. It's not something that is subject to corrosion and the years of, change that the material world is, and just trying to stay focused on what's really the core of everything, which is something that's eternal and everlasting and everywhere, all present. And so I'm just grateful for that reminder. And I really just feeling a lot of pride right now for my daughter, who has just released her first CD, her first song. She's a beautiful musician, beautiful singer and songwriter. And so I'm just grateful that she feels powerful in this world where there's so many opportunities to feel overwhelmed by everything going on, and to just see the kind of resilience and the positive action that she's taking. It just inspires me, and everybody here inspires me. So I just want to keep being as healthy as possible. So that's pretty much all I've got to share at the moment. Thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, it's so exciting about your daughter.
Mm.
That's so great. Good for her. How old is she now?
She's 19. She's off at college studying 10 hours a day on her computer, and somehow managed to take a song that she recorded in high school, because she went to she went to a high school that was for the arts, and so they had some folks come in that had a professional recording studio from, I think it was Adidas or some tennis shoe company that was sponsoring it, and they got a chance to record one of her original songs that she ended up taking a really beautiful photo and making a really beautiful presentation. And she released it on Halloween, and the funny thing is it's a very haunting song. But it's beautiful. She's got a beautiful voice and a beautiful spirit, and I'm just really proud of her. So
Yay. Fabulous.
inspires me because I'm getting ready to do the same thing. But it's taken me a lot longer than it's taken her, but that's okay. Time is irrelevant. So
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah. How about you, Faith? Anything you'd like to share? Let's see if we can get you unmuted there. See if you can. There you go.
Oh, I'm good. Okay. So what a beautiful community that we have here. And Karen J, thank you for that beautiful process, and your words as usual are just take me a little deeper every single time. So the thing that I got a lot from Karen J's talk was that it's a change of perspective. You know, it's like we always have this ability to change our perspective. And the same thing with John's song, that, you know, by seeing that man as different, it's like he wasn't, at first you felt like a threat to you, John, right? That there was something threatening about him. And then you changed your perspective and you said, oh my God, what if he could be me, you know? And that change of perspective, I feel, is so powerful. So changing our perspective from the things I see that are temporary, you know, they do change with time. They're not, to changing my perspective to spirit in the space. And then you said something so amazing, Karen, that I wrote down: spirit, I choose to be in connection with you. That's my choice. That's my choice of perspective, even doing the dishes or walking, or if I'm in confrontation or feeling a fear, or, you know, thinking about the future on some level, which, you know, this is a week that's filled with a lot of things going on in the United States, and we're all thinking about this. But I can choose to change my perspective and know that, that in the space there is peace, there is joy, there is gratitude, there is everything, there is abundance, everything, and it's palpable. When I went to that, I could feel the peace in the space. I could feel the joy in the space. I could feel it all. I know, it's great. It's incredible. So, and the willingness that I'm getting, that Jennifer brought up, was I'm willing to be more of myself. And what I mean by that is that sometimes I don't know about you all, but and that's my Southern thing, you all. But I can sometimes feel like I'm trying to be somebody that I'm not, you know, like this person that I thought I was supposed to be, or that, you know, my parents thought I should be, or anybody, you know, this thing that my students think I should be, or whatever. But I can be more of myself. And that self is something, is the something that we're talking about, right? That self is that voice, that presence, all of that shows up. And then I don't have to try to be anything. So that was a lot came through for me for this. So thank you so much. And John, your song was just, I love it. I know we talked about that song a couple of weeks ago, and I've had the pleasure to work with his daughter, Joy May, in my studio, and with John, and they're both amazing musicians, and I can't wait to hear Joy May's song. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm wondering, that's beautiful. I too can't wait to hear the song. I'm wondering, can we hear it on Facebook, John? Where can we hear Joy's song?
You know, she's put it out on like Amazon, Spotify, all these things. If you go to her Facebook page or even my Facebook page, there's a link to it. It's a beautiful photo she took with her and a skeleton. She's hugging a skeleton, which is very humorous. Yeah, if you go to John Silver's, you look me up on Facebook. There's a few posts because I posted a lot about it. And then also you can go to her. She's Joey May, Joie-May. It might be easier to find me because my name's little. And yeah, and you can click on there. There's a chance to listen to it. They do like a short preview of it. And then if you want to purchase it, it's like $1.29. You can buy it on Amazon or and Spotify. I don't know. There's a number of different ways you can purchase it digitally and listen to it. So it's a love. It's a love song to a skeleton. No, no, not really. So anyway, if you need more information than that, let me know.
Thank you. Yeah, GJ is helping us out here. He's putting a link into our chat there. How about you, Sarah? Anything you'd like to share?
Yeah, thank you. I'm really, really grateful to be here today with you all. I had a few difficult days before, and I honestly felt a bit unworthy to pray with you all today. Maybe you can relate to these feelings and self-judgment sometimes. So it was wonderful to be here and to be reminded what is true and what is, and how to find and how to tap into the space, into the connection with my heart. And what really struck me was, I'm sitting in my kitchen, by the way. I'm sitting at the kitchen table, and I can see, when I see the furniture, I can see the chairs of my children. A really little one for my little one, and other children's chair for my middle one. So, and then I think, what's in 5 years, and what's in 10 years, and what's in 20 years, and I get really sad for thinking, oh, and then they will leave me and whatever. And then when I took my attention away, when I took my attention in the space, there was no sadness anymore. And this was really profound. And I'm really grateful for this, to know that I can put my attention to something else. It's, you know, it's not only, oh, let it go, but it's an invitation to go there, you know? So, yeah, I'm really grateful. Thank you very much for doing this with us. And yeah, grateful to Spirit who told me that I should pray today. Yeah.
So grateful. Oh my goodness. Yes, we pray the unworthiness away because it's just an illusion. Thank you for showing up, Sarah. Karen J, how about you?
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you for all this beautiful sharing. John, your song, that second song was so touching, really beautiful. And Faith, I loved your, yeah, I can change my perspective. I can just do this. Wonderful. And Sarah, your realization that you don't have to be sad about the march of time with your children. It's all beautiful. I'm so grateful for this focus, because it's something I do anyway, but I've been really with it in the last few days, taking this practice with me everywhere. And there's such a unification going on. You know, I went into the city centre today, and automatically my mind is going to the space there, the stillness there, the silence there, the peace there. All these bodies And yet my focus was on the peace and the stillness, aware that the divine presence is actually emanating from within them. They're just hiding it a little bit. And I'm really inspired to keep going with this. Before I came on here now, the space surrounding this computer screen, the space surrounding everyone that was joining. It's so, so beautiful. So thank you so much, Jennifer, for inviting me to do this. And thank you for all of you for joining in. Tremendous healing for me, and I'm very grateful.
Yes, when one is lifted, all are lifted. Each one's healing is everyone's healing.
Yeah.
So true. We're so blessed to be able to come together. Thank God for this technology. You know, it really is so fabulous that we can do this. Just so completely fabulous, especially in these times when the world, so many people are struggling because they can't get together with others. I know the first time we did this back in April, I asked how many of you are quarantined home alone, and it was well over half of the people quarantined home alone. And so for many of us, Zoom has been a lifeline to the world and to each other, to spiritual community. And so very grateful for uh, the people showing up to join together, people showing up to share the love and to spread the love and to be the love. And looks like folks are coming back from the breakout. Is it time now, Christine? Okay, great. So
Hey,
people,
Jennifer.
yes,
I did get a link to my daughter's song. If you want me to post it in the chat, I will. But if you don't want me to, I won't.
go ahead, please. I think that would be fun.
Okay, I'll let everybody know when I come next time I sing that it's there, and then I'll post it. So,
Okay, great.
thank you for letting me do that. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. We have to support these courageous young folks who are doing such beautiful work and helping us to realize uh, the power and the presence of spirit.
Thank you.
Yeah, I saw something, I think it was on Twitter. It was a Taylor Swift song. And I don't know Taylor Swift songs, but it was about how the young ones are, they have the charge to help lead us through this time. And they're doing it. They're doing it. They've been doing it for a while. Starts in high school. I remember when I was in high school, no, junior high school. When I was in junior high school, I made a movie with my friends. We made a movie to the song. I don't remember what the name of the song is, but I remember how it goes. It goes, and the man said, or the sign said, long hair, freaky people, whatever, you're not allowed in here. Do you remember that song? Anybody remember that song? Yeah, we made a video to go with that song. So, yep, we're activists. We're spiritual activists. All right, John is going to give us another song in just a minute or two, and then Sarah's going to close us out with a prayer. And just before we do that, I have a couple of announcements to make. And one is that this service and the Power of Love Ministry is very much supported by your tithes and donations. And that enables us to pay our staff so we can do these Sundays with Spirit, because it takes a graphic person and a social media person and a web person and the person who does the emails and the person who GJ is here. He comes in on Sunday to help us and do support for people who can't get the password and all that stuff and answer the emails. And it just takes a whole team of people to put on this Sunday service. And so they have a living to make. So they're not volunteers, they are part of the staff. So your tithes and donation not only help support the staff, but then we can give a tithe and a donation to Karen J and to John to support them for showing up for us, for you. So you can do that very simply and easily online. And one of the best ways to do it is to sign up for the ACIM text messages. And you can make a donation or a contribution as little as $1. And then you're signed up for those text messages. And you can also sign up for making a recurring contribution. So you can make a one-time contribution or you can make a recurring contribution. The recurring contributions help us to plan and budget and know what we can offer. Another thing I'd like you to know about is that in just a couple weeks, we are opening registration for Masterful Living for 2021. And it's an extra special offer this year. I'm not going to tell you what it is. So if you'd like to sign up to get on the wait list, you can do that. We'll put that link in the chat. And also, if you sign up for the wait list, you'll get access to my 6-part video series that I'm doing about walking the talk and living the love. And I released the first video in the series today, and it's about a very common mistake that many spiritual students make. And you might be curious what that is. I hope you are. You can go watch the video. So those links, the sign up list for the video series and the wait list are going to be put in the chat there. And then let's see, Karen J, do you have anything coming up that you'd like us to know about? Any announcements to make?
Thank you, Jennifer. Yes, you can find me on Facebook. I've put my email in the chat. I might do it again. It was a little way up. If you'd like my program, which I've just mailed out to my list, November to March, I'm very happy to send it to you. Not all the events are on Facebook yet. And 2 coming up that will work with US folks, the timing wise. So on the 14th of November, I'm leading a workshop with Barrett Hedin, who some of you might know, very beautiful American teacher. And it is 11 till 2:30 Eastern Time, and it's called The Process of Complete Healing. Barrett and I are going to be working with people going through deep processes, as well as group sharing and meditation and things. So if you're interested in that, very happy to send you the information. It's on Facebook, that one. And the week after that, on the 21st of November, from 11 till 1 Eastern, is a workshop called Money, Money, Money. It's all about looking at money, very experiential. What's going on there? What can A Course in Miracles show us about our relationship with money? So you're warmly welcome to come to anything, but those 2 in particular are coming up. Also, a couple of free events, which would be middle of the afternoon for the Eastern timing. One is Joining Minds with Jesus with Carolina Curada. Some of you may know, she's a wonderful Venezuelan teacher living in Ibiza. And then there's a Christmas Blessings just before Christmas, on the Monday before Christmas. Both of those are free events. So please get in touch one way or the other if you've got any interest. Thank you, Jennifer.
Yes, thank you. And I just remembered too, one event. It's so present in my mind, I forgot to mention it, which is I have my spiritual counseling training coming up. And for the first time ever, I'm doing it online and in person. So if you are ready to go super deep and do a week-long intensive with me, check out my spiritual counseling training intensive. It's really open to anyone, and we have all kinds of people do it from all walks of life for all reasons. So you're welcome to come and join us. It is powerful, it's beautiful, and we probably have someone here who's done it before. I can see a couple folks, so maybe you would like to share something in the chat about it if you found it helpful. And I think we're going to turn it over to John. John, anything you'd like to tell us before you sing us out? And then Sarah does.
Oh, well, once again, just really grateful to be here. I did mention to people in the breakout group that my daughter has released her first album, or actually just a single song, and she released it yesterday on Halloween. And Jennifer kindly allowed me to put that in the chat. So if anybody wants to check that out, she's 19 years old. She wrote the song herself. She's a beautiful singer and songwriter. And there's a link to that in there. And I'm also going to put my email address in case anybody would like to find out more about what I'm doing in the future. You can stay in touch with me. Send me an email, and I'll keep you informed. I'm getting ready to start a business, or a career, I should say, as a speaker, as a motivational speaker, and I'm using acting and singing and music as part of that. So I don't have specific things happening right this moment, but they're in the works, and I'm excited about it. So just wanted to make sure I shared all of that. And thank you, Jennifer, for the opportunity, and Faith for asking me to play. You want me to go ahead and play this next song? Is that okay?
Great.
Okay. So this is a song also that I just wrote, and I'll just play it. The things that I do to you, they come back to me. And the things that you do to me, they come back to you. We all lose if we choose hate. So let's choose love right now. It's not too late. The things that we do, they mean more than the things we say. Our actions speak much louder than our words at the end of the day. I promise I will be there for you. I hope you will be there for me too. So what you gonna do? United we stand, divided we fall. That is why I am risking it all. I'm betting on love, and I am going all in, 'cause that's the only way. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Here's your chance to whistle. Everybody wins. You guys like to whistle? Here we go. Are you whistling? The things that I do to, oh no, let me take it back. The things that I do for you, they come back to me. And the things that you do for me, they come back to you. no limit to our love. Together we can rise above like a shining dove. United we stand, divided we fall. So that is why I'm gonna risk it all. I'm betting on love and I am going all in. 'Cause that's the only way. Everybody wins. Come on now. Everybody wins. Let me hear you. Everybody wins. Come on, sing with me. Everybody wins. I want to hear you. Everybody wins. You can do it. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. All right.
Yes, when we go all in, everybody wins.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, Sarah, will you take us home with a prayer?
Yeah, I'm happy to do so. I'm very, very grateful to be here today with you all. Grateful for Kieran J sharing her wisdom, John sharing his talent and his wonderful voice and songs, and for Jennifer hosting this and following guidance to give us the Sundays with Spirit. So I again invite you to place your hands on your heart. Take this deep breath of love and gratitude and feel this something inside of you and in the space around you. And we are partnering up with our higher self, with this something, with this still small voice. And we are so grateful that we are here together, broadcasting, shining the love and the light. We are grateful to remember the truth, to come back to the truth. We are grateful for this wonderful service, for the sharing, for the experiences we had, for the breakout where we were able to share with others what's moving us and what we declare to what and to Spirit, that we can say yes, and how strong our yes feels. And with sharing it grows stronger. And we are grateful to go in this following week with Spirit leading us and guiding us and speaking to us. And with our yes to follow and to trust that we are provided for, that we are guided, and that we are worth it. And all the benefit, all joy and happiness and the peace we are experiencing, the healing we are allowing, we share it with everyone else because we are one with all. And in grace and gratitude, we know it's done. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, John. Thank you, Kieran J. Thank you, Christine. Thank you, GJ. Thank you, Faith. Thank you, all the people who helped put this together. Thank you for being here. You are loved. We are in a field of love. Love is the ground of our being, and it is the space in which we live, move, and have our being. It is our true identity. We're all in. Everybody wins. Mwah. Thank you so much. See you next Sunday, if not before. God bless you.